And we are back with another hike. This one's a biggie for me. This is the one I've been planning for 2024 so far. It's a multi-day hike of the Caledon Hills section of the Bruce Trail. It's going to be 4 days, 3 nights, and consecutively going through. So I'll be, I don't know if the term's through hiking, I'm not actually going end to end, but at least the section portion of it. I have approximately 24K today to do, which will take me on escarpment side road. It's a beautiful day. It's starting off really nicely. It rained last night, poured, which I was a little worried about, and there is actually forecast for rain, heat and rain coming up. So got lots of water and my tarps and stuff ready for the rain. So today I'm going solo and then staying overnight, and then I'll be hooking up with my buddy Caleb, or Seb as he's been called to, who will be joining me for the remainder of the trip. So it's gonna be sick. I'm super pumped, and we'll see what challenges come ahead. All right, let's rock and roll. So I'm about half an hour into the hike, barely anything. A couple things have become apparent to me already. It's hot. It's only about 9:15 right now, and it's already about 25 or 26 degrees Celsius. Also, because of the rain, it is so humid. It's ridiculous. Like, I am a sweaty guy on a normal day, and I'm dripping in sweat. And the unfortunate thing is that I can't really wear pants or shorts. I have to wear the pants because the mosquitoes, that's the third thing, are pretty ruthless. The heat and the moisture is just giving them the perfect situation to flourish. So I'm gonna try not to complain too much about it, but I have a feeling I'm in for it. And now the hike on Escarpment Side Road begins for about 20 kilometers, I think, give or take, and some meandering onto the path, onto some green land, but I'm glad to have this hat, that's for sure. It's gonna be hot. Someone else is hiking the Bruce Trail. It looks like they're gonna be flying. So I was a little worried that I forgot my sleeping pad, but you know what? Things are really looking up. I can just take one of those with me. I almost forgot this beauty gift my buddy Steve gave me for my birthday. It's like those cold cloths that when you wet them, they stay cool for like a long time, and it's a sweet headband here. So I'm gonna rock this thing, go samurai style. Oh yeah. So just an awesome little encounter that just happened. It's the shit like this that just makes you smile. So I'm walking along Escarpment Side Road, passing Paintbrush, I think is the name of the golf course. And there's a foursome of guys that are teeing off right beside the road. And they're like seeing me kind of just, you know, whatever, hot and sweaty. And they're like, hey buddy, you want some water? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man, that sounds great. So they hook me up with a friggin' bottle of water. Great dudes, man. I really appreciate that. It was super kind, and because there's been no water around here, and I've been slogging through some pretty hot and dry situation right now. It's fantastic. Now, admittedly, hiking is always better. A bad day is always better than a good day in the office. But man, this section of Airport Road sucks donkey chode. Look at this, just getting dusted by trucks and cars. Phew! Getting sand kicked up in your face for kilometers at a time. This is not the most enjoyable part of the Bruce Trail, I'm sure of that. But you know what? It's gonna get better. Friggin' Finally, we're on a trail. That's amazing. You know, admittedly, some positives. I'm trying to look on the bright side of life here, because at least there wasn't any bugs on the road. And there was a bit of cloud cover too, so it wasn't all times blazing sun. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision right now. These little white flowers are just making the forest smell amazing. There's something so special, or primal even maybe, of when you hear the sound of running water, and it just makes you realize that, oh my God, I can drink soon. There's something there. Oh yeah. It's just a little stream here. I was hoping it would be something bigger, but this will do. I've gone from famine to feast. I'm so pumped to have all this water now, and a source that's pretty close to my camp, I think, as well. It just makes me feel so good. I'm here. Now, the one thing I didn't really consider at the time when I was picking the site is that I'd be so tired, and now I have to climb a gigantic hill. Oh well, c'est la vie. Here we are, home sweet home. So I cleared out a spot previously already, so that should be a nice spot for my tent, and then these two trees will be nice for a tarp to string along, because I'm anticipating some rain around 4:30, and it's about 2:30 right now. Whoa, a dentist's favorite time of day. Love it. And I want to get everything sorted out so I can have my camp set up first before I go, and probably make some food and even maybe go back and go for a swim or something. So yeah, work first and then play. All right, let's get chopping. Let me take you for a tour of the homestead here. Got camp all set up. Bye-bye. So I got the tarp propped up. Now I was hoping to have the entrance to the tent go right underneath the tarp, but the way that the slope was just wouldn't allow it. It just didn't have the space to do it. So oh, it's gonna be nice for the night for sure. Two of the gear MVPs so far have been for sure this thing here, this neck sort of cloth. Oh, it's so good. It stays cool, keeps your neck cool. The nice thing is it just feeds itself. It just has to stay wet. Well, when you're sweating your butt off the whole day, you just keep sweating. It goes into here, cools yourself off. It's amazing. It was so good. Steve, thanks buddy. That was a sick gift. Number two, the stool. Oh my goodness. After today, just being so hot and tired, it is so nice just to sit and not have to sit in the tent. So normally I like to do the hammock camping with you know, the hammock and a tarp, and I've got the mosquito net around the hammock, and it's really nice. I like that. I like the way I sleep, and it made me think about the pros and cons, I think, so far of the two, between the Lanchan tent and a hammock camp. So a pro of the tent is that it's nice to have your own space when you get here, and you can set things up and go inside and just have a little bubble to yourself to do what you need to do. It's fantastic. It went up pretty quickly as well, and it's pretty light. Now the cons of the Lanchan tent, it's very, very hot, like unbelievably hot. And I got the 4-season tent, which really doesn't do a whole lot. There's a mesh screen that would have been nice to have instead of the door, but it is going to be a hot sleep. I think I don't even think I'm going to use the sleeping bag tonight. Plus you have to find the perfect pitch. It has to be sloped properly and not a lot of crud on the ground, whereas leaning to the pros of the hammock is that you can pitch it anywhere and you're even and level, and it's cool. It's so nice. The breeze blows through as you're sleeping. You're just lying there, rocking there. Now, you don't really have a place to chill, so when there's a lot of bugs and stuff like that, you're kind of a bit pooched and you can't retreat anywhere. But I have the mosquito net on the hammock, and that does the trick for sleeping. So we'll see about tonight. I brought both. Caleb and I are gonna decide which one we're gonna use between the tent and the hammock for our future days. So yeah, we'll see what I end up using. So I'm going to try and find these two little spots on the map here that look like bodies of water. It's not too far from where I'm at. And there's a trail supposedly that went right to it. That was a Y of where I split to go to my camp. So yeah, let's go check this thing out, man. If that's a nice body of water, oh, I can't wait to do some swimming. When you're outdoors, I find that the simplest decisions can be detrimental. A lot of thought has to go into certain things. Like, for example, I looked at the map and I'm like, okay, that looks pretty awesome, that one spot there. There's 2 bodies of water. Those could be swimmable. Now, I was pretty dry at the time. My clothes had already dried off. My pants had pretty much dried off from the sweat. And I decided, you know what, let's go for a hike. Now I'm drenched, so everything's soaked again. And I'm also quite a bit farther away. It's like 1.5, maybe 2 kilometers even to get to this place. Whereas I could have stopped off at that stream where I filled up before, just had a splash, cooled off there. I think that might have been the better decision. I mean, now I'm on a big walk, hopefully, to get to this spot. And maybe it pays off, and maybe it doesn't, right? And also, like, what about the calories I'm burning now doing an extra, probably almost 4 kilometers? So, I don't know. I got time to kill anyway right now, so it's all right. It does not look like what I was hoping for, some sort of lake. I'm back to the river, which connected to supposedly these bigger bodies of water. But we have a little bit of a waterfall here, and a little bit of an area that's sort of deep. That's almost like knee deep. So at least I can get in there and cool off a little bit. I mean, another thing that's kind of questionable too, and this is the big thing. Shovel and wire. Okay. Interesting. Refreshing. Well, overall, that wasn't too bad. It brings the sort of morale up a bit, you know, when you're super exhausted and pooched, and even though I had to walk a long way here, the splash of that cold water, it brings you back to life a bit. So it was good, it was worth it. Now I just have a bit of a hike home. And hopefully I'm not drenched in sweat by that time, but hey, gotta live a little, all right? Now the thing about this bandana is that it's different than the one that Meryl gave me. That one gives me infinite ammo. This one gives me infinite rations. Let's go home and eat. All right, so on the menu for dinner tonight is sweet and sour pork with rice. It's the first one I grabbed out of the bag, so it's nice and easy. It has about 720 calories, which is fantastic for the pouch. I haven't eaten much today, so this will be really good to get that into me. So yeah, this is all ready to go. Brought with me as well too is my for the day. It's a newer one. It's the Benchmade Mini Adira. Why I chose this knife actually for the trip is it's a little bit more robust. It's made of MagnaCut steel, which is a fantastic steel for all 3 sort of pillars of corrosion resistance, which is the main reason for being out there today. Toughness and edge retention. Yeah, with all the sweating that I'm doing and the potential rain, I was like, I needed something that would not rust, you know. Ended up picking a pretty dang good spot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's raining pretty decently right now. And where I am, there's not even a drop on the tarps or anything. The cover of the canopy is so dense that it's not even letting any water through, which is amazing. I just went quickly and put up the food rope so that I don't have to struggle with it later on if it starts really raining. So hopefully that worked out well. Just gave some time for my food to chill. It smells good. I think it's even got some pineapple in this sweet and sour pork. Definitely some pineapple. It's very nice. Now I always find the rice in these things tends to stay a little bit hard, and I put a decent amount of water and I left it for like 20 minutes. So, but man, there's some fresh taste in pineapple. No, maybe a 7.5, close to an 8. Nah, 7.5, 7.5. Well, it's definitely not horsing around anymore. That canopy's not doing much, that tree canopy. So yeah, it's pouring pretty good. This is going to be a good test to see what's up with this tent, how she does. I know it was seam sealed at the factory, because that was one of the things I think that with you had to do separately or yourself as well. So we'll see how it all holds up. It is so hot in here though. I was hoping not to have to retreat to the tent by now. We might just go out and get soaked in the rain. I don't know, we'll see. Well, it's quite a way to start off night one. Yeah, it's a good storm right now, but that's all right. I mean, while I'm in here, might as well do something fun. Time for a new take on an old, soon-to-be classic. Oh, it's bourbon time! It's bourbon time! You know it is time! It's bourbon time! Ooh, old-fashioned too. Simple syrup, a little bit of bitters, and some orange peel as well too. Mwah. Well, it's been a long day with lots of adventures, big journey, more to come. It's nice though, because after this rain, I really just do feel at peace, and calm, tranquil. Dang, mosquito! See you in the morning. Well, good morning. Day 2 of the hike. Went well. A lot of rain last night, a ton of rain last night, and the tent handled fantastically. Like, I cannot say enough about that Lanshan 2 Pro. As much as I was like, oh, I don't know about the tent, and hammocks are so much breezier, and to be contained inside while everything was just calming down, it was fantastic. It felt so comfortable. It even cooled down quite a bit where I needed my sleeping bag for comfort, so it was a cozy night. It felt great. So I'm up and at 'em. I'm taking everything down and rock and rolling. One of the things too that I really was super happy that I brought was just a cloth, just a small towel. It's so humid, like ridiculously humid, that even with the rain or without the rain, there would have been massive condensation. So I was able to wipe down the inside of the tent and get all the condensation off before putting it away today. And I had about 4 or 5 cloths worth that I was able to wring out. So yeah, like huge weight savings really when you think of it. All the top of the tent, my tarps, wiping them all down. Once you get a little bit of rainwater, you wash the face a little bit. When you're grubby, you can't get any grubbier, right? So it was nice. It's a beautiful but eerie mist this morning. Joining me now, Caleb, Seb, yes, buddy, this is sick. Ready to kick it off in the Glen Haffey portion here. Not too far, I think, today, maybe about 11 or 12 kilometers. I mean, that is not nothing, but it'll be good for us to get in there, and hopefully if it starts raining, we can settle in and whatever.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, buddy, great to have you.
Here we go.
Let's rock and roll.
Cheers, bro. Interesting. Huh. So
weird though, eh? With the two.
reached out to this one.
Ooh, I wonder, Caleb. I wonder if that actually is the spot we were supposed to.
So if I recall what you told me,
yes.
we're gonna go left.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Because we came at it just a slightly different way.
Yeah.
Beauty, bud.
Okay, problem solved. Back on the trail.
So it sounds like it's starting to come down pretty good.
Yeah.
The nice thing is that Caleb and I are actually underneath a lot of this forest canopy. So we're not getting hit by too much of this. And in all honesty, we're soaked anyway, so it might be nice. But... well, that so-called canopy is not doing anything for us now.
No.
Now, Caleb, I have to ask you, what in your opinion are the top 3 video games of all time?
Super Mario Brothers 3. It's
Oh,
easy.
yeah,
Easy
yeah.
number 1.
Yeah?
Are we talking like best selling? Or are we talking like just best on like a subjective basis?
Let's say just best on subjective. Yeah, because some games sell like crazy, like
Yeah.
NHL and Madden and stuff and whatever, but those are not.
So I'll go with I'll rep my brother. I'll go with like GTA 5. Is that the most recent one?
Yeah, yeah.
Go GTA 5. I'll take Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES.
Yeah.
And I'll go with Zelda on the Switch there.
Oh, Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild. There we go.
Dude, that's a sweet top 3 for sure, man.
Last water source for Hockley Hollow.
That's a very good point, because that's what we need then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our spot.
I mean, we coming back here kind of thing?
I guess, because we're pretty, well, let's see. I came across an area that has a lot of, looks like sugar maples and probably collection for maple syrup. You see all the blue piping, hosing all together here, so kind of cool. We are here. Hockley Hollow Side Trail is where we are headed to go to our camp, which is actually comes at a good time. I don't know if it's just from yesterday and losing a lot of salts and whatnot and electrolytes, but my thighs are cramping like crazy. It's nice that we're here already. It's only like 1:25, so it'll be a good rest day, because tomorrow it's supposed to pour rain, thunderstorms, and it's also a bit of a longer day for us, so it'd be nice to be able to recoup, feel better for tomorrow. Here we are. In the winter, it was a lot less grown in. Let's see if there's spots for us here. Well, that should be all right. We'll make do. Yeah, this will be perfect. This will do. We're all set up, just in the nick of time. We got our tarps, our tents, and hammocks all hung. We're in the midst of just doing a little bit of a general spot, a little eating spot over here, but the tent all set up. Actually, you know what?
Hey, there we go.
All right, sun's coming out. We're all set up. It's time for a bourbon time. It's bourbon time. You know what it's time. It's bourbon time. I should have been a gentleman and passed it to Caleb first.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Oh, that was a hefty swig too. Like, where'd it go? Cures whatever ails ya.
Oh yeah.
So we are on our way now to go grab some water. Nothing is super close to the site, but we found a spot that is closer than the last place that we identified that had the sign that said last water source. Not totally true. We found one that's almost comparable, if not even better, I think, or we think, in source quality. So we're gonna go back there, and we're just chilling now anyway. We're just hiking, just having fun. So this is the fun part of it. This was our source that we were hoping for. Bit too shallow, bit too mucky. But it just means now we got a bit more of a walk ahead of us. Say, sir, is this the Shire? I'm a long way from home. So we got some chili mac and beef. Caleb's got an exciting one here. Shepherd's potato stew with beef. That's great. Got a little tablecloth too. $4 towel. This guy's cutting it in half. Now he's got some at his pad as well on the inside. Looks like great. What kind of taste we got?
I think it's too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more of a smell experience.
Nice.
At this point in time, yeah.
Sweet aromas, man.
Yeah.
Go Oilers, eh, Seb? What do you say?
No, I'm for the Panthers.
Oh, you are? Get out
No,
of
I'm
here!
not for the
I was gonna have to walk away for a second. Seduced by fame, a moth into the flame. Burn! Good morning. So it's the start of day 3. Pretty nice sleep. I went in the hammock for the night, and I think it's my true love. When it comes to tents or hammock, I think the hammock is what it is for me. It's so good. So I had a good sleep. We've had a look at the forecast and had to be real about things. Starting about 11 o'clock, it is going to be severe thunderstorms, and between 1 and 1.5 millimeters basically per hour for the rest of the time. So it would be all day and all day tomorrow morning. So you know what? It's not going anywhere. This trip will continue. I'll have another hike at another time to continue onwards with where we're going. But for now, why just grind it out with more rain and less fun? I've had a great time, and yeah, we're gonna pack it in for the day, and then regroup, and then come back another time. So we're all packed up in the morning of day 3. We're gonna get things going and cruise to beat the insane thunderstorm that's coming.
Yeah, we got some time, I hope.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We had a pretty sick night though. Did you think that we'd be able to watch Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals?
It wasn't part of what I assumed.
No.
That was sick, though.
So that was nice. We got to see the Oilers win, force the Game 7. We'll see what happens. Only the future will tell. Through all the slop and soupiness with the rainy soil, I've noticed Caleb, he's just been kind of extra balanced. And I have a feeling it's because of his trekking poles, baby. Oh, yeah! So the trip has ended. It's always with mixed feelings whenever you have to change your plans, you know. There's part of me that wants to just drive forward and keep doing it, you know. That's what I've set aside the time and the mindset to do it. But what's it gonna offer? Is it gonna be fun? Is it gonna be a grind? I mean, that's part of the experience. You toss it up, right? But for now, the nice thing is that I had an amazing time, and I don't need to force something, you know. I can come back to it. I want to have fun doing this, and I think that's the important thing for me, is just like to keep it fun and and focus on that. So anyway, I had an awesome time. Thanks for joining, and see you around for the completion of this 100%.